Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And we're going to talk to a gentleman called Pip. And so we're going to do a wee bit of an interview here with Pip. Hello, Pip, how you doing? I'm Mark.
Hi.
I'm pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
So, tell us this then, Pip. What is your proper name?
My proper name is Philip Edgerton,
And where are you from?
East Belfast.
And is that where you still live?
Yes.
And how long have you been there then, Pip?
All my life.
So you're not going to tell us your age then?
51 years.
That was a sneaky way for me to try and get the age out of you, Pip. So, Pip, you lived a bit of a hard life.
Yeah.
And then you met Christ.
Yes.
And he changed your life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a wee bit about your background first, maybe about your childhood. Could you tell us a wee bit about that?
I was involved in Loyalist bands at a young age, and then it progressed into paramilitarism, and run a wee bit of a bad life, and then I conquered God in my life.
And he changed your life, obviously, then?
Yes, he did.
So what was it like growing up in East Belfast, you said?
Well, times was hard. So, I had a good life, good family life with my mum and my
Yes.
dad, you know, well provided for. But as you get older, you know, you end up running about wrong crowds and end up in bother, and had my name taken numerous times by the local RUC, and then life just progressed from there.
What got you involved then in paramilitarism?
Well, there was one time we were up by Elmo Park, and my friend got a terrible beating by Catholics from the Armour Road, and then at that time the paramilitaries were recruiting, and ended up I joined.
Can I ask you about, this is a bit personal, if you don't want to answer you don't have to, but there was one time where you were very suicidal. Can you answer that? Or?
Yeah, I was suicidal because I got hooked on cocaine, so it was, and it sort of overtook my mind.
And was this at the time of when your father passed?
Well, it was before my father passed.
Before that?
I was going to cocaine parties and staying out and all that there, and then my father passed, and sort of I tried to take my own life then.
There's a lot of people in the same boat today because they get hooked on drugs, and basically, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but is it because they see no way out, no hope?
Well, people take drugs for different things, blank things out, put things in the back of their heads, and it ends up, they take that much that the things that they're trying to put to the back of their head comes to the front of their head, and then it overrules.
And controls them?
Controls.
So how did you find the Lord, or should I say, how did the Lord find you?
Well, there was just one thing that always struck my mind as my dad was dying. He turned around and he says, "Son, change your life. I'm going to die here worrying about you." That just always stuck in my head, you know, and I always wondered, what did he mean? Did he mean want me to try and change my life without Christianity, or did he mean
Yes,
get changing through Christianity? But he ended up, I done it through the Lord, and the Lord changed my life.
so how did that come about then?
Well, I started doing alpha courses, and I was running back and forward to church. My wife was involved in the church through a wee group, women's group,
Yes.
called WOW, Women of Worth, and she invited me up to church one night, and started going to church, using it at different times and all. But at the same time, I was still taking drugs and all, you know.
Yes.
And then it was just one night we were at Alpha, and I was doing an Alpha course. The first couple of weeks of Alpha, I wasn't really paying attention, but then I think it was the Sunday of the 5th week. I was sitting in the church, and I remember saying to my wife, I says, "I feel something funny here." And she says, "Well, we're not leaving now to go and get a tablet or anything, just wait until later." I says, "I don't mean that way. I mean, there's something happening to me, or something working on me." And I ended up giving my heart to the Lord that night.
Would you say that was the conviction of the Holy Spirit?
Definitely.
Very good.
Yeah. Convictions. I'd take a beating all day long before we'd have convictions.
Yes.
You know.
I know the feeling. And so, you're now saved, and you told me earlier about something then that happened to you after you were saved, about forgiveness. Would you like to share a wee bit about that?
Well, there was one time I'd beat up a fella one night, and we're in church one night, and we're talking about forgiveness, and I always thought the forgiveness, well, maybe I was trying to palm the forgiveness off, was about the Lord forgiving us, and maybe the proper forgiveness I was putting in the back burner. But I was saved about 6 months, and we were talking about forgiveness in the proper way that we're meant to learn about forgiveness. And I just felt the Lord saying to me, you need to go and apologise to that guy. And I was walking down from the church that night, and I passed the street where he lived, and I went and knocked his door. And the fella said to me, come back whenever you're saved, about 5 years. And I'm saved 6 years now, and I went back whenever I was saved 5 years, on the 23rd of March or something, and he stepped out and he hugged me.
What did he say when you turned up?
The first time? Or
the second time?
The second time, he says...
Not you again?
He says, for a play, you stuck to your word.
Oh, brilliant, fantastic. And so what do you do now? Do you do any ministry, or are you involved in any work?
I'm involved in an outreach called the Toolbox in South Belfast, Elam. So I have a multiple of different people coming and they make stuff out of wood with the tools, what's in it.
Brilliant.
So there's ones come from with addiction, and there's ones come from the homeless, there's ones come from with brain trauma, and then there's just people sitting in the house looking at four walls, they would come. So I would have the average of about between 10 to maybe 20 people.
And it's amazing when you think, because you were very much involved in paramilitarism, and the Lord has changed you completely.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's fantastic.
It's amazing for the grace of Him.
Yeah, absolutely. So if anybody is out there and they think that they're too bad, certainly all they have to do is look at your testimony.
Yeah. Well, there's nobody too bad for God.
Absolutely.
Nobody's never too bad.
And there's nobody too good either.
Yeah.
We all need.
Right.
No matter what side of the street we walk on, the clean or the dirty side.
Amen.
We're all sinners, aren't we? Just before we wrap it up, could you tell me how you met the wife? How long you've been married? What's her name?
Oh, I met my wife at a band parade. I'm in a band, so I am East Belfast Present Boys, and I met her at a band parade. We're married maybe 30 years.
My goodness, very good. And have you any kids?
I have 3 and 5 grandchildren.
Oh boy, it must cost you a fortune at Christmas.
Costs her.
Well, no worries. That is fantastic. Great to hear positive stuff. Because for many years, all we got out of Northern Ireland was the negative during the Troubles. Yeah. So great that the Lord has changed your life. And I've heard many testimonies of, ex-UVF men, UDA men, IRA men as well, who the Lord has changed and saved. Fantastic. So thanks very much, Pip. God bless you. So there you are, folks. What did you think of that? So thanks for watching, and God bless.